Thank you for being here, and thank you, David, for inviting me. I always feel a little misunderstood when people ask me about my farm, what I grow on my farm, and what I do with my fruit. So this is a nice opportunity for me to share a little bit more about what we're about. So I call it Farming a Legacy. Our agricultural legacy, strangely enough, begins in the Pico, Azores, with my great-great-grandfather, Anton Vera Marcial. He was born in the Azores, but at the age of 21, wanted to adventure and explore the world, and became a whaler. At that time, you know, they were still whaling. And the whaling ship that he was on became icebound in the Arctic regions, and his crew was rescued by a small whaling vessel called the Ko'olau. And that's how he found his way here to Hawaii, all the way from the Azores. And he worked for a few years on Oahu at Kuli'o'o Ranch near Coco Head, and then made his way to Kahikinui and worked at Kahikinui Ranch. For many, many years, he worked for our oral history. The history in our family is that for many, many years, he worked for a man named Enos, and they befriended each other because they could both speak French and Portuguese, and was never paid any wages, but was offered room and board, until one day Mr. Enos instructed him to go down to Wailuku and bid on a piece of property, but not to bid over $1.25 an acre. So he did as Mr. Enos said, and when he returned, he was told that that was payment for all of his years of service.
Wow.
And it's that parcel of land that he started Kaupo Ranch in 1889. He married, back in the day, Kaupo was sort of the center for Kahikili's reign. And he married a woman from the royal family. Her name was Rose Kailikea, and they had 5 children. So I'm a descendant of his second son, which is Joseph. And he married also a Hawaiian Chinese woman named Josephine. We called her Kealoha Akiona. And together they had 14 children. I'm a descendant of number 7. This was a reunion in the 70s, and that's my grandmother, Irene Marcial. But what's cool about our family legacy and our history is that they were seen as local authorities for many of the Bishop Museum scholars. And so we have a lot of historical archival information about their contributions to understanding, the history and culture of Kaupo. The thing that I'm most proud of, though, is they were noted for their hospitality, and that's part of, I think, the legacy that we try to continue. So this is a picture of the property as it is today, and it encompasses over 78 acres. And it's this triangle-shaped property. So the top of the photo is the Makai side, and this is the Mauka side. And then on this hand-drawn map, that's where the house. But there are 2 hails bordering our property that's documented. If you have the book Sites of Maui, it's mentioned Haleokani Heiau and Lono'aea Heiau in our property. So, I see ourselves as also stewards of these ancient cultural sites. And you guys all familiar, the land management style that they use is called agroforestry. We've never used any kind of irrigation or fertilizer or pesticides or anything like that, but it's just part of a larger balanced ecosystem, and that's what we want to continue. And so currently we have over, I don't think this is the full list, but we have over 25 crops, and they're all certified organic by International Certification Services since 2016. I came to a workshop here for my first time, and that's how I got the microloan to pay for the certification. But like all farms, we have our challenges, and some of these you might have as well. But the biggest challenge, because I come from such a large family, those 14 children, all of their children, all of those great-grandchildren, is the sense of responsibility and accountability that I have to all the descendants of the Marcia family. This is a photo of a reunion in 2015. And so, everything that I'm trying to do, I try to keep in mind and have respect and sensitivity for, their concerns and their own vision for our legacy. We all share in the legacy. And so in 2015, my daughter and I, we started a website, and it became very important for us because of our our enormous family, to have a clear sense of purpose, a mission statement, and a vision. And just to summarize, our purpose is to perpetuate our family legacy and the property that we have there. The mission, as far as the business structure, is to create opportunities, leadership and economic opportunities for our family members, for community members, for other landowners. And our vision is to continue this lifestyle of self-sufficiency, sustainable agriculture, conservation, and social responsibility. So we're using social media to communicate with our family, to be transparent with our family members about what we're doing and why. And second challenge, in my regular job that I do a lot of advanced planning with the elderly in my day job. And so I'm always thinking about what's next, and I'm always thinking about succession. And I'm going to be 50 next year, so this is, prevalent for me. So I just want to talk about that. I kind of joke and I tell, well, I brainwashed my daughter when she was very young. But in many ways, I feel that she was chosen. If you look at these pictures, these are my great aunts and uncles and some of my mom's cousins. And, we were the only young ones that were always around. We always visited. We did everything that we did. I followed my uncle when he went hunting. We climbed the trees. This lady here, she was climbing trees up until her late 80s, picking fruit, So that's the kind of lifestyle we had when we were younger. And then as they get older, we hope that they have positive peer relationships, people who share our values, and mentors. And so James, back when Hile was in high school and she was a member of the Maui Huliau Foundation, she visited James, and James was an impact on her life, and Vincent, of course, and Hopewell Pellegrino. So all of these programs, I really do believe, make a significant difference in their lives and have an impact into perpetuating, these values that we want to see continue in our island community. So thank you very much. I mean that sincerely, because I know it impacted her. And so fast forward, here she is. She's going to be graduating later this month from Cornell University. And through all of those experiences, she will be getting a degree in environmental sciences and sustainability, and a minor in Indigenous Studies. And her passion is to make sure that Indigenous perspectives are included in any land management or environmental decision that we make. And her boyfriend that she met canoe paddling when they were, I think, a sophomore in high school, they're still together. He's graduating from Yale University, and he'll be going to John Burns Medical School. So this is what we hope our future is. And then the final challenge I'm going to talk about, I think we all share as farmers, is financial sustainability. So, I tried a few things. I never saw myself as a farmer. I never thought I'd be in this position. But, I think we're really fortunate. This is sort of a shout out to some of the local businesses that was really willing to support local agriculture and small business. I started with a woman who, delivering citrus fruits, and with Ripe Juice Maui, Affolks Market, they've always been a supporter of small farmers. I met Garrett, and he mentioned he needed guavas, and so I said, hey, I have guavas. And so early on, when they were first experimenting with the POG beer and Local Harvest, another supporter of local agriculture, And today we still deliver, we do small deliveries to Alive and Well and Mana Foods. And you know, I'm a very small, very inconsistent type of operation, so I really want to appreciate and respect these small businesses for helping us out. And I was also fortunate to be part of the Maui Food Innovation Program, where I was part of the first cohort, never having any kind of culinary experience, never thought I'd be trying to make a food product, but I'm like, okay, I have this fruit, what can I do? At that time, craft cocktails was really, you know, I myself was paying $15 to $18 for a craft cocktail. And so I came up with this concept of a cocktail, exotic organic cocktail syrup. But the more I learned about the food business and shelf life and, you know, all of the different aspects, you know, it's really, we have it really tough here. And I think there's a lot of room for growing infrastructure and, you know, co-packing facilities and things like that, that I think we really need to see here in Maui in order for that to be a viable, you know, business for me. And then we did some other things with the Kaupo Grow name and doing other kinds of merchandise. And then I said, you know what, we're in it for life. You know, this is a lifetime venture. Why not trademark the Kaupo Grow name? You know, who knows what the future holds? So that's what we did. But throughout this process, one thing my daughter always reminds me, and just being who she is that we never want to lose our sense of wonder. Yes, we need to make money to support, and yes, we need to, you know, satisfy all these concerns about the family and balance those factors, but we never want to lose our sense of wonder and our sense of reverence for this legacy that we're so fortunate to have. And so I just want to share a few pictures of our property. You know, we're in this very isolated area where we're tucked in this valley. So special, you know, every time it takes my breath away. You know, and the lifestyle that we live there, you know, very simple, you know, picking lychees and hanging out with the cows. I mean, we never want to lose, I really have this thing about, you know, why can't a tree just be a tree? Why does it have to be about production and all that kind of stuff? And one of the ridges, we like to take people on hikes, and it has this incredible view of the Big Island and of Loa Loa Hill, one of the largest Luakini hills here in Hawaii, I believe. This happens to be my daughter, and we had an intern from the Onondaga Nation in upstate New York do some risk assessment for us, so they were taking risks. And then the opportunities we have to engage with family, and opportunities for intergenerational experiences, and really connecting with each other, connecting with us, connecting with the land and what we have there. So it's just another picture. So most of the orchard is in this area. This you can see mostly kukui nut trees, but we have a lot of avocado and some of the other exotic things. Up here we have a lot of our citrus trees, the loquat, we have sapote, lychee, and they're just like this. I just wanted to show because it's kind of, you know, we're not a farm with nice neat rows, you know, of fruit trees. They're just sort of scattered all over the place, and they kind of just grow wild. And some of these trees, you can tell they're, you know, over 30 feet tall, but they still produce pretty nice fruit. And that's what I have to share. So that's when people ask about my farm, you know, that's what it is. It's really part of a larger legacy. Any questions?
That's great. So I love what you did on the website. What's been growing popularity in the state is more agritourism. And there's company that can help you put in buttons and put in your booking, and it's pretty much you decide how many people you want coming to your farm.
Yeah, it's funny that you should mention that. We had a small grant through the Oahu Resource Conservation and Development, or Oahu RCD. Yeah. And part of that grant was to be able to work with a consultant. And so we are working with a consultant.
Yeah, I can get you free. You're not paying anything. You just call this company. They'll look at your website. They'll put all that for you, and it's only 1.5% credit card swipe per booking. And you can actually, don't have to deal with the percentage booking, you can take that automatically to your checking account in 3 days. You can make $1,500 for 2 hours for 30 people.
Yeah, we're really, we're very excited about that
It's gonna
opportunity
be
as
good,
well.
yeah.
For us, the proposal that we have on the table right now is, it's with one of the high-end tour companies. They get about 75% of their customers from, Grand Wailea, so that kind of clientele. And when I looked at the numbers, I was like,
Yeah, it's big.
wow. So, I mean, even if we did just one tour a month for us, that would more than take care of all of our needs. So that's what we're looking at now. The issue I have is obtaining insurance.
Okay, so
Yeah.
go through Monarch Insurance, and then they have, just tell them what you're expecting to do. They look at the financial, what you're gonna make your outcome, and then they will list out different people to actually back you up.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I gave
John,
Buddy.
I think, yeah, John, I think the guy's name is,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, that's a very good lead. Yeah, cause it's so interesting, cause in trying to get information or people to provide me quotes, I guess there's not a lot of people who do it,
No.
so,
you
yeah.
gotta seek out private companies, people who believe in the ecological sense of the new ecotourism. So you just type out to like companies that value nature, conservancy, and then you will get backing. I have currently working on it right now, and it's scary because the numbers is huge.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the outcome is great. And it's just, luckily you're pretty established where it's ready to go. It's just you need a van or the tour company to take care of the busing, and then they can have a retreat on your farm, which they themselves will pay whatever you need for your farm to accommodate them. So we had 3M come to our farm. It was like 300 corporation group to come plant, to get dirty. And they said, what do you guys need? You need wheelbarrows, you need gloves, you need shovels. So they gave $7,000 stipend just to get all those things for the education center. And then on top of that, they gave another stipend just to continue that planting progress.
Nice.
And that's through the different groups who coordinate activities. So we work with the convention groups, and then they will bring the groups to you. They take a certain percent, but most of the time the corporations just want to give back.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what the percent was, because when I saw the numbers for the proposal we're looking at, I
They
just
took
wonder
a lot,
what they're making, because,
Yeah, so
it's-
I would like to share this with everyone. Just go online and type out fairharbor.com. Yeah, fairharbor.com. They deal with 700 clientele in the state of Hawaii, some of which here is already using that system, like Maui Surfing Goat Dairy. So when you look on their website, it's a basic blog, but what they put on there is the TripAdvisor button, the booking button. So they'll redo and help you with your website free.
Wow.
And then they'll do the back end and work with another merchant to help you with getting your credit card. So I
So
told Buddy,
you're kind of
like,
managing your own
they will
tour.
manage that for you, and then you can learn, they'll teach you how to manage your own, so you can book yourself. And the going rate right now is $50 a person. There's only one ecotourism site in West Maui, which is Punakea Palms, and he makes 20 grand a month. 2 hours a day, 3 times a week.
And he has a small farm too, right?
A small farm, it's just
2 acres.
cutting coconut. Here you go, this is coconut. We're gonna make coconut milk. Here, we're gonna grate coconut, we'll squeeze it, 2 hours, and
Yeah.
people pay $50 for that 2-hour experience on less than 2 acres of coconuts. They only had like 20 coconut trees or something.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Oh my God.
Because there are times when you need to check in the hotel, but you can't check in until 3. So what do? while you're
Okay.
killing time, it's
That
like,
makes
I'm gonna
sense.
look. Oh, look, let's go see how we make coconut. They come. And then sometimes the farmer's like, sorry, there's no more room, it's booked.
Oh,
It's like,
they have to find another farm.
find another leisurely spot that
Yeah.
they can go and relax before they check in.
Yeah, there's thousands of them.
There's so much.
Really?
They're turning away business. This is business for all of
There
us
is
here in this
business.
room that can benefit in this new endeavor. We want this kind of tourists to come here and value and giving back. And they want to come get dirty. They want to help family farms. They want to put a tree in the ground. This is
Hey, James, I got a question. I was at that breadfruit farm and they had like a separate restaurant facility. Is that something that you want to look forward
Yes.
to putting into?
all you need. So one restaurant facility with a hand wash sink. It's $150 a month. You can get it through different.
Oh, you mean just a portable rental?
Yeah, portable rental that has a hand wash sink,
Yeah,
and that's enough code for when you have visitors come.
great.
And the liability insurance, of course, and then also the liability form when people come inside.
Yeah, the waiver.
But my friend, he also pockets cash because people tip on top of that $50.
It's true, yeah.
He's got hundreds of dollars in his pocket. It's like, I was like,
Yes.
he came to me, James. He walked me through his farm. What should I do? It's like, well, so far it looks good. 8 months later, James, this is what I did. It's like, my mouth just dropped. I've been working so hard, tending to my soil, sweating my butt, carrying vegetables to the restaurant when all he did was 2 hours a day, sharing his passion, his love for coconuts, which the dad at that time said, son, this is for you, your future. So 20 years ago, he told his son, back in the day, his teenager son said, no, I don't want to farm, Dad. It looks too dirty and hard. 20 years fast forward, it's like, thank you, Dad.
Coconuts, yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I get calls from them all the time, and they say, James, please, like, because we have a water situation on the west side right now. The development says they have to cut all their non-potable water, so now they all have to transfer to potable water. So I told my friend, I'm sorry, man. It's like, I have no power to help those family farms. So that's where I'm stuck too, because our farm could be in jeopardy. We have already 4 years in the cacao. My friend's already harvesting, and he told me, James, help me figure a way to get water. So his last resort, he has to file a permit, and we might have to drill a well.
You do well.
Ha, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not really good water. Back in the day, historically, Pioneer Mill had a system of moving brackish water from below, pumping it all the way to the top, let it sit in the reservoir, let the water settle, then bring it back down. And that's technology that we can do that today with more efficient and less bulky, but that's where the agriculture, there's no funding to upgrade our agricultural systems. So this weekend, I'm going to be with a lot of presidents from around the state, and we're going to talk about our concerns and what can we do. We only have so much resources, and our lobbying power is very not so powerful. And I said, well, we got to collaborate with all involved, not just one organization, but we got to voice all our voices together. We are a small niche of agriculturalists. We can't compete with other countries or the mainland in production, but what we have is the value of the real sweetness of what we can grow here.